What's up, group? Let's have a simple sense of practice. Paying attention to yourself, just relax. If this is your first video of me ever, stop that. Go back to the first video in this series of online classes. Because there's no point. I'm going to invoke too much material from the past, okay? So, swastika. Simple swastika. Breathe, inhabit, feel, and observe. Nefesh Gayalim Veshemesh Malkut Umahim Klim Soham Sarahna Bava Sayanoli Bava Tripura Bava Tigayoli Bava Waripura Bava Bavanoli Bava Paripura Bava Bavanoli Bava Humaditiru Murugam Guru Guru Paramaguru Kumarana Kalam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Everyone be grounded, relaxed into it, incarnate. Transmigrate in your body. Transmigrate in the body. Rest in the body. Immerse yourself in your mass. Deep in the physical plane, in the world of eternal silence, eternal darkness, density, push and pull. Swastika. Incarnate your animal plane, where you perceive your mass, where you feel your body, where you have an active nervous system. Incarnate your body, the animal, the organs, the bones, the blood. Incarnate the body. Just pay attention to it. Transmigrate within your own mass, your own form. Embrace your form. relax that practice. Don't flee it or push it away. Just stop focusing on it. Okay? But be here. In any situation of drama, whenever there is a unpleasant stimuli in your life, of whatever type, an impulse in your animal will arise. It is natural. It's what happens. Contemplate this. To any stimuli outside, sometimes inside, existing potentials inside, your mind will have an impulse to react to it at the intellectual or mental level. Your heart at the emotional level will have an impulse to react to it. Your body at the animal level will want to react. It's a lot of potential reactions for a single drama. For little events that happen, only one of those planes will react. For bigger events, or where you are more controlling, maybe two planes will react. It's going to be harder to deal with various impulses. And usually you deal with one at a time. And now it's from everywhere. You don't see it until later. For big events, you're going to have impulse at the mental, emotional, and animal level. It's normal. It's natural. It's how we are made. For this reason, we try to identify these impulses when they happen. If we are wise, we will catch one. If we have more experience, we might catch two or three at the same time. Practice and train right now in imagining, visualizing my impulses, my reactions that rise after an outside stimuli that is unpleasant. Simply to be prepared that these responses will happen. Simply to train, to keep in mind, I will react. It's natural. It is normal. It is acceptable. And I have to pay the consequences of every reaction I follow. Every reaction that I will put in actions. I'm responsible for that. So one way to encourage the ego to do personal growth on the moment of a drama is to remind ourselves now, I will pay the price of any conflict I participate in. I will suffer the result of my actions. So a stimuli comes, one or more responses awaken at the mental, emotional, and physical level. Animal. And if I don't responsibly catch them when they happen, that energy will go out. Whatever or whoever brought the stimuli will respond to my input in exactly the same way. Nourishing the drama or the situation, giving feedback, for which I will again respond because it's the backlash of my answer. I expected them to understand. I reacted and I expected everything would calm, and they said, ooh, little motherfucker's angry. I'm gonna stop now. But no, they did not stop when you reacted. They saw it as you aggressing them. Ping pong. It happens that way. So observe it. Just contemplate that reality. Okay, this is karmic involvement. Okay. Admit to yourself when you allow your reactions to precede your consciousness, things get worse all the time. The ego has an opinion about that. But it hurt. But it was disappointing. But I didn't like it. I didn't know what to do. I felt lost. So react. And to that we answer, you are right. It hurt. It was unpleasant. Give me a sec. Yeah, that happens to human beings. So basically what I was talking now, I have a problem with this that caused a channel here, the nadis that connect the third eye on the left side, to just tighten. Chi or electricity accumulated in that nerve, causing the tingling here, and made me up to stop bothering. It was the topic I'm talking about. Okay. Since when I have a reaction live or with students, I like to explain it. So the reaction I had now was not that I'm in disagreement with the wisdom. I do my best, like any human with training, maybe lots of training, to catch my reaction as they happen. And I'm getting pretty good. But my reaction now, this, was when others do not deal with the reaction and just come back with projection. I don't like that. Because I think, but they should just deal with their shit. I do. They should just deal with their shit. Why are they projecting back? Why are they not dealing with their own stuff? You see, that's projection. If I am disturbed that others are not doing personal growth just because I do, it's a superiority trip. It's being arrogant. I should be at peace and forgive those who have not yet learned what they have not learned. See? So, ego trip. When my students don't do that with me, I'm the master. So, it's like, what is he gonna see inside me? They're careful. But the typical human around who doesn't know me, they treat me like just anybody else, which is who I am. And when they respond to stimuli, when they respond to aggression, not often, but sometimes, I have this feeling, if they would just grow. Now, it is useful because all of you who do personal growth, you have those reactions. These people are so unconscious. But they don't think before they act. Exactly. Just like you having this reaction. Reacting to someone not doing their personal growth is exactly what we're talking about. It is a response from an unpleasant stimuli. We're back to the same thing. Okay. This is who we are. Then you think, what? Maha still deals with these things? He's not as evolved as I thought? The more you grow spiritually, the more you become sensitive to the most little potentials that are unresolved inside you. Yes, I did a lot of personal growth, and I rarely react to stimuli, but I still do. And anyone who pretends they are beyond their ego are probably ascended or full of shit. One or the other. How are you? How are you? How do you feel? In life in general. Is it all good? Is it okay? Some of you actually answered. That's cool. Look at this response from the simple question. How are you? When I'm asked, how am I? I've noticed sometimes I'm conscious of my current state. Sometimes a copy-paste response happens. You know, copy-paste response, train response. Yeah, I'm good, and you? Which is okay. We don't want to expose our personal life to just anyone. But you have to admit, it was not a choice. It was often just, it responds back. Which is okay. It's okay. But it's one of those impulse. It doesn't matter. It is completely benign and it's non-dramatic to just answer by reflex a question. That doesn't matter. Hey, how are you? Good. And you? All right, cool. If you do it in little things, where it really, really doesn't matter, I assure you. It just means in bigger things, how are you going to even try to control it? Yeah, that's how it is. Ishanaya Yantraya. The work we do on ourselves to practice being in charge, not like a control freak of ourselves. That's not a nice way to live. But with this latent availability to ourselves, an availability constant, trained, educated to just stay aware. Practice being aware, sensitive at a little level, just a bit. You still want to focus on what you're doing in life, but train yourself to keep minimal awareness. Ishanaya Yantraya. We condition ourselves to what just responded to the stimuli. What potentials inside just answered to a question. Hey, how's life? Good. And you? Chill. Was it a conscious choice to give a copy-paste answer because you don't want to get personal with everyone? That's fine. Or was it a reflex to give a copy-paste answer? Because it's most of the time a reflex. And that means on bigger things, drama, these answers will take precedence. Okay. Another thing also in Ishanaya Yantraya, another concept. I speak of a constant state of awareness. I speak of training yourself to always catch your reactions. Then you look at yourself and you say, I don't do that. I don't do this shit, like, not at all. And then you say, like, this guy Maha and his advanced students, the other masters, they're in such a state, and I will never get there. And I can't do that. I see that I constantly react. And that means I'm not good enough. It's a question of decades of training. Decades. It's absolutely normal to feel that you're not conscious enough or not good enough. It's acceptable. It's not a problem. One thing at a time. When you realize after reacting that you reacted, and you admit to yourself reacting made it worse, or at least it did not make anything better. It was useless. It was a waste of time. As you keep doing your personal growth after the reactions, you say when it's too late. It's not too late. It's just another moment where you did your work. You will progressively train yourself at realizing that reaction was not productive. Or even worse, it nourished more conflict. These are the realizations that makes your ego accept it. Like, okay, that makes sense. Just obeying the reactions is not the best way to do. So, Ishanaya Nantraya, okay, you just keep training, keep working on it until your ego, yourself, in your systems and structures, you decide being aware of reactions when they happen is better. It actually is better. It doesn't look like it at first, because when you're aware of a reaction, it still hurts. It's still aggressing. It is when you stay in charge and act humbly while your heart is broken, your pride is hurt, and still act humbly. And it still hurts. So at first you say, well, even if I don't act on my response, it still hurts. But you quickly realize how quick the pain went away compared to when you act on it and follow the causality. Then your ego, yeah, it did hurt. It did. But 3 minutes of conscious integration instead of 3 hours of conflict, an attempt at integration as best I can, but I'm not good enough. So practice. and the more you will have actual experiences of success. The more often you will be able to witness the results. It did hurt, but less. Or a lot for a much shorter period of time. Minutes instead of hours. And if you're awesome, seconds instead of minutes. But that's, the decade thing. Just keep training. You cannot just tell your ego, okay, from now on, I am conscious. You need to realize through experience. Reacting hurt more. Being in charge, humble and strong with myself, it hurt anyway. It's a reaction. But for a shorter period of time. This is what motivates you. Okay. Maybe it's better to be in charge of my responses. You train over time. And it takes time. And it still hurts. Eventually, you'll learn not even to respond. So, wow, a stimuli happens. You've trained so much, and I am talking a long time, that even with the outside stimuli usually triggering you, there's a response. Oh, I'm going to be proud now. I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to tell him something. And I could. What is this wave of anxiety below it? It's okay. It's just lonely. It happens. Okay, I'll just mourn it. And it fizzles. It disappears. That's with a lot of training. Okay. Ishanaya Yantraya. First, you have to admit when you actually do react, when it's too late, that reacting hurt more. And then you'll train to react less or not. And when you took charge quicker, it resulted in less suffering. It still hurt, but less. And you train like that. Like your ego is a puppy dog. If he does something bad, you give him a cookie, he'll do that thing again. But if you don't give him attention or scold him a bit, you won't like doing that. Whenever the puppy dog does something good, you give it a little cookie. And then, you'll do the good thing again. So your ego, you train it like a little puppy dog. It's an animal, after all. So, as you do a practice that makes yourself feel better in general, you'll learn this practice is better to do. Okay? So, constructive conditioning, I guess. Sometimes doing emotional integration is like doing the dishes by hand. There's a little pile or a big pile, depending on how you manage yourself, and you don't feel like it. Consciously going through my suffering, not again. It's like just doing the dishes. The moment you start, it just follows through. You just finish it up and, oh, look at that. It happened. We did it. Okay. Like kids. I don't want to take my bat. But the moment is in the bat. This is so cool. I don't want to stop. That's like integration. Just have to initiate it. Doing personal growth. Alright, incarnate the body. Pay attention to your mass. Swasthya. Breathe, inhabit, feel, observe, be conscious. Incarnate the body, transmigrate in the body. Just contemplate it. Ishanaya Yantraya. The expression or the full mantra, Om Ishanaya Yantraya Swaha. Every time there's a stimuli, something inside will react. It's normal. I accept it. I forgive myself. That's how it is. If I follow the reaction by reflex, there will be a causality exchange. Just train yourself to remember that. It'll come again, of course. But you train. If I am responsible, it still is aggressing inside. But it will be moments. Instead of lengths of conflict, it will be moments to deal with. Responsibility. Okay, just contemplate that. Good. For the second part of this class, we switch topic. Okay. One topic opens the door to another. Okay. Animma. Stay incarnate. Non-transcendental, but don't deny transcendence. It's a paradox. Anima. The subtle world. Anima. A-N-I-M-A. Anima. It's a city. There's many videos on that city. You should watch one or a few of them. Anima. The most subtle part of my consciousness. The subtle parts of me inside. The intricate mechanics. The wheels. The potentials. All the subtle reactions, the subtle smiles, the subtle moments of peace and anger, of joy, of disappointment. Very subtle little potentials. I want to sink into that. Anima. Be incarnate as much as you can while doing a transcendental meditation. Okay. Anima. Usually, anima is not about potentials. Yeah, it just makes you transcend in the subtle consciousness. But we're getting somewhere with this, okay? Anima. Stay incarnate. Stay subtle in your consciousness. Anima. Just rest in this subtle consciousness. Anima. Karma Bal. Karmabal. Karma Bal. The power of causality. Karma Bal. Karma Bal. It is extremely subtle. It is more subtle than your own potentials. It's just on the surface of every potentials. The power of causality, the power of karma. Yes. Karma Bal. Have a very subtle consciousness, Anima. 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 In the subtle planes, very high, very incarnate, at every level without paying attention. Anima. So subtle. And realize the power of all the dynamics involved. Karma Bal. Karma Bal. This is a powerful city of revelation, of causality. It is dangerous if you do not do personal growth. It is prudent to do personal growth at any level of drama you have. Karma Bal is one of those cities. Reveal to me what is the power of causality. It won't make your reaction stronger. Don't worry. Your reactions already have the power they have. It will make your karma more powerful. Only as much you've done personal growth anyway, so no, it won't. Karma is already a power. You want to discover it. So you embrace it. Karma Bal. Karma Bal. If you're afraid of karma, of course your fears will awaken with that city. But that's because your fears were already there. Karma Bal. All right, let's go even more subtle. Anima. 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 Awaken to the reality of causality. Discover the power of karma. Karma Bal. Be inspired. Karma Bal. Knowing the power of karma, being educated in the power in those potentials, it will make you want to see them. Accept the power of causality. Embrace it. Accept to see it when it happens. the blessing of this city is that you will see your karma. You'll feel its power when it happens. Whether it is a choice or whether it is triggered by a conditioning or a response. So yes, maybe it is frightening, the power of karma awakening. But the beautiful side, for me, all of the sides are beautiful in that city. But for you, who is maybe afraid of causality, the beautiful side is the city makes you choose to be aware of the power of the karma. And you should always choose to be aware. I want to feel it. I want to realize it. Yes, I want to discover what is the power that lies inside me. Anima, karma bal. Anima, karma bal. Love you too, by the way. Anima, karma bal. Yeah. Incarnate the body. Be in your power. Know that you have power. And realize that doing this empowered comeback will make your ego arrogant and pretentious. Be strong and powerful. Look at what rose. To finish this class, we'll practice the superhero trick. Okay. Deep breath. Relax. And then a deep breath of denial, okay? Good. Imagine yourself being a superhero. And you have tons of power. And you're acting. Not a superhero, just, I'm a hero, look at me. But you're acting. So you're in a situation, doing what your superhero thing does. I'd even say there's war. You're in a conflict zone. You're a superhero. And you're acting. You have all the powers you want. Look at what rises, knowing yourself as a superhero. First, did your ego try to make you virtue by force? Oh, I'm going to be a good superhero. Then your mind blocks you from the instinct. What was the instinct that rose when you see yourself as a superhero? The instinct. Just be honest with yourself. What rises when you think, I'm a hero? If there's any violence, I'm a hero and I killed the enemies. If there is any violence in what rises, that means there's violence inside you. Just be honest with yourself. Don't try to control. I'm going to be just a compassionate hero. It's mind control. Dare go feel. What does your ego power trip want to do? Admit it. And as you were acting like a superhero, was there a part of you, the people will love me for saving them? The people will want to be cared by me, like I'll be important. And that means somewhere inside, you're looking for external validation. That means it's still there. Play the superhero trick once in a while and dare not put your imagination, your mind, to pretend you're already accomplished. Like, I'm going to be a superhero by just healing people around, just walking in the hospitals. And then a subtle voice will rise and they will all love me for that. And then bam, you need attention. Try not to make your mind control that. What is your instinct? Even in the superhero movie, the hero doesn't get the power he wants. He gets the power that rose from nature or for something else. So do this practice once in a while. It's just funny. Just to see how much you still want attention. How still violence there is inside. Now, you do play that game when you're watching an action movie. And for a moment, you felt yourself like the heroine. And you're doing this and then the hero does something stupid. No, I would have done that. And these feelings, violence, seeking attention, doing power trips, it's all there. Now, if you watch a romantic drama, oh my God, and you imagine yourself as the heroine, living the experience of the other, you have that inside you. Play with that. Use this to realize this is the ego you have inside. This is the place where you will respond out of reaction. That force is still there. So that final teaching was just a little exercise to come back from meditation and to realize what is still in there. All right, that was a nice little class. Okay, anima a bit, karma bal a bit, then anima karma bal. Okay, anima karma bal, just the subtle power of karma, and you'll have stuff come back inside here like, but it's just you getting used to your new power. Okay, and personal growth and responsibility, right? It's a trap. Love you all. See you tomorrow for a nice little